Alright boys, welcome back to MSLM Trading, and it's the daily analysis video, the daily market update video. And today, as usual, we are going to be analyzing the market, predicting out the bias and the reversal points. So for yesterday, as we predicted that the market will fall, the market may going to experience a bearish impulse leg. So the almost the same thing happened, but the thing happened in Asia session. That's the main thing to look at. The NY session, the London, the previous day Asia session, the whole day went sideways. The whole day went sideways like this. The whole day is sideways. All right, and the sideways range is around 47.5 pip. But for today, what we are seeing on EU is, let me show you. First of all, what we have here is PDL. The previous day low level is here, the previous day high is over there, the previous day high. Now what we are going to mark is Asia high. So Asia high is here, that's our Asia high, and the 11 a.m. mark is our Frankfurt window. So that's going to be our Frankfurt window, and any low before Asia low, any low before 11 a.m. is going to be our Asia low. So that's our Asia low made exactly before Frankfurt window. So that's our Asia low, and as you can see, the Asia low got swept in Frankfurt so far. And as far as it is about previous day low, so we are also below previous day low level, means the previous day low has also been invalidated. So what we can do right now is we can, first of all, the trend line is there, the main 50 pip trend line is there. The trend line is around 50 pip, almost 42.5 pip. All right, so almost 40 pip trend line is there. A huge imbalance is there. The market direction is going to be bearish, but the thing is, what I am expecting today is, for London, I'm not expecting much movements. Why? Because the thing is, when Asia moves around 40 to 45 to 50 pip, or maybe even more than 50 pip, when Asia is like this, a 40 plus pip range in Asia, when you get it, what happens is London usually does a sideways move. London usually moves sideways. Alright, so it's around 36 pip, and then New York may get in New York you may get an impulse, but for London I'm not expecting much. If you look at it at H1, the H1 time frame, what it is showing us is not the H1 but the 2 hour. The 2 hour time frame, what it is showing us is that this H2 imbalance is there. The H2 imbalance is there. Now what we can see is Frankfurt has already been, like, the Asia low has already been swept in Frankfurt. H2 imbalance is there. What the price can do is, now the Frankfurt and the London window may go a bit bullish, and then go towards filling out this imbalance, and then after filling this imbalance, New York may get a reversal. New York may give us a reversal, and then the market will start to continue bearish. So that's the thing what I'm expecting. But the direction for some days, the direction for maybe this week, the direction for maybe 2 to 3 to 4 days in this week is going to be bearish until and unless this imbalance gets filled, because it's a huge imbalance. The imbalance is around, and it's on M15. I have done a M15 marking. Alright, so on M15 it's around 118 pip. If you look at it at H1 it's more than that. It's not even more than that, but on M1 it's big. So on M1, wait a second, on M30, let's see it on M30. On M30 has this on M30 it's a 130 pip imbalance, and these huge imbalances usually get filled completely. I'm talking about 90 to 100% fill. I'm not talking about a 50% fill like this. No, nothing like this is going to happen in the market. But the thing what I'm talking about is like this, it will completely fill this, and then it will go bullish. So that's the thing what I'm talking about. And as far as it is concerned about GU, what we can see on GU is, first of all, GU and EU were going almost the same what was happening here is, on M5 we had this SMT, the SMT got swept, the previous high got swept, the London high got swept, and what we had over here is the M30 imbalance, and the M30 imbalance got mitigated by the price here in yesterday's NY session. And after the mitigation, around 50% mitigation, after the mitigation we had this huge impulse. So the bias was really nice, the bias was pretty accurate for yesterday NY session. And this mitigation did two things. First of all, it mitigated the M30 imbalance, and the second thing it did was this sideways range also got swept in the mitigation of that imbalance. So it was also a sweep, it was also an imbalance fill. So both of the things happen here. So this was the sideways range, all right. This was the sideways range, and the imbalance of M30 was above the sideways range, and the imbalance also got filled. The sideways range also got swept. The main liquidity of from the upside, the buy side liquidity has been gone from the market. It has been wiped out. And for the market direction, the liquidity, both of them are going to be bearish. The liquidity is on the downside and the direction is also bearish. So the bias for today is going to be bearish. Maybe the bias for maybe like 2 to 3 days, upcoming 2-3 days, my bias can go, I am not sure, I'm not confirmed, but it seems like my bias for upcoming 2 to 3 days is also going to be bearish. All right, so we have this trend line, we have this unfilled M5 imbalance. Let's see it on M30, and on M30 it's almost the same. Let's look at it. M15 is almost the same. All right, so let's mark it on M15. All right, so we have the unmitigated unfilled M15 imbalance is the NFP imbalance on GU. We have this unclear trend line, but we now have this sweep of buy side liquidity. So that's the thing. What we now have is the main thing. What we now have is the sweep of buy side liquidity and the mitigation into the M30 imbalance. These are the two strong things which we now have, which we didn't have yesterday. All right, so the liquidity sweeps are on the buy side, and the market may continue towards the downside until this imbalance gets filled completely. I'm talking about a 90 to 100 pip 90 to 100% fill. All right, so that's the thing, that's the bias. For reversal points, I don't know from where the market may reverse. There aren't much reversal points right now in the market. If we look at M1, by the way, let's mark out Asia high and Asia low. So that's our Asia high on GU, that's our Asia high right there, and that's our Asia low. Asia low is there, and 11 a.m. mark is there, Frankfurt window, and if Frankfurt window is there, Asia low is going to be here. If Frankfurt is here, then Asia low is going to be here. All right, any low before Frankfurt is going to be our Asia low. So that's the thing. So Asia low is protected on GU. Now what GU is doing is going to fill this M5 imbalance. Probably it's moving towards this M5 imbalance, and it may reverse from here. So for GU, I think we probably have a reversal point, but for EU, I don't think we really have a nice reversal point on EU. By the way, GU, the Asia range of GU is around how much? 30 pip. All right, so Asia has moved 30 pip on GU. We may expect some movement in London on GU, but on EU, I cannot expect any big moves in London on EU, because Asia has already done big moves. So now London can consolidate, London can go sideways, and for the New York to expand, for the New York to give us an impulse. Alright, so that's the thing. So if you found any value, if you learned something new, if you like the content, go ahead, like and subscribe the channel and the content. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.